To make your afternoons awesome, it's Chris Walker on 100.1 Moose FM.
I want to welcome to the grand stage a good friend of ours, co-worker, a colleague. His name's Greg. Greg works with Energeticcity.ca. He's one of the masterminds behind the scenes. It takes a lot for reporters to get out there and do their thing, but without Greg, where would we be? Stone Age. Our website would not be up most days. Greg, we've got an election coming up, and we're doing some special coverage of it. Why don't you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like you just said, we are officially in the federal election for Canada. We are voting for, we're voting for a new prime minister, new all that fun stuff. So we are going to be your one-stop shop for all of your election news when it comes to the Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies riding. That's one really big riding, but we're planning on covering the whole thing, and we will be that one-stop shop for you that whole time.
Now, I've already had a couple of people text or a call and say things like, well, you mentioned that you guys are going to cover locally. Are you going to do national? No. It's so much work. We just simply do not have the manpower. And to be honest, you can kind of get that information from pretty much anywhere. So that's why we're going to hyper-focus locally. We know we've got, as of right now, I think 3 candidates. And it's not just us going out, putting a microphone in their face and going, what do you care about? We actually want to know what you, the listener, the reader, we want to know what you care about. How can people pass that information along to you? How can they be involved?
Yeah, so we did this for the first time last year during the provincial election. We had a survey and people could let us know what were the main topics that were the most important to them this election, as well as what were those big questions they had for potential candidates. And so we are doing that again for the federal election. Again, you can go to energeticcity.ca/election. You'll see a button that says take our survey. You can take our survey. It's really quick, only like 2 questions long. Really is what's most important to you this election, and what questions do you have for candidates? We're going to compile all of those, and then we're going to talk to every single candidate in our riding and ask them those questions directly and get those answers for everybody.
And under the exact same website, energeticcity.ca/election is where you're going to be able to see those results, read the biographies, if there's news of somebody joining or dropping out or whatever it might be. It's all going to be right there.
Yes, energeticcity.ca/election. If you're looking for anything to do in our riding, we're also going to put information on where to vote, when to vote. The official voting day is April 28th, but of course there'll be pre-voting days that people, if you want to go early. So we'll have all that information over the next couple weeks. It's a really quick election cycle, so we're trying our best to get all that as soon as possible. But throughout the election cycle, if you're curious about what's going on, make sure to go to energeticcity.ca/election. When we're talking about that survey, just want to quickly mention that will close on March 31st. Again, it's a really quick election cycle, so you only have a couple days. Make sure to go to energeticcity.ca/election by March 31st and let us know what really matters to you this election.
And just to throw this out there, you mentioned that we had done this for the provincial election. Can you give us an example of some of the responses that we got for that one?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things we asked, of course, was the topics. One of the big topics was healthcare. So then the question became specifically to our region. We've seen so many closures when it came to emergency rooms. And so an example of that was we asked, Keeley and Neufeld and all the other people that were running, what are you going to do for our region when it comes to making sure that our emergency rooms don't close, for when it comes to making sure that we have employees at the hospitals. So that's an example of what we did for the provincial. We're going to see what people really care about for the federal one. We've already got some feedback. Again, healthcare is another big issue. There's questions about sovereignty with what's going on in the states. So there's a lot of those questions as well. So we really want to hear from all of our listeners, all of our readers. energeticcity.ca/election.
Excellent. Have I missed anything? Are we're done? We're good.
I think
that's
that's
as simple as that.
Like
One-stop shop. If you're out there and you're listening, hey, go visit that website, energetic.ca/election. If you're out there and you're watching this, share the video. Make sure that this information gets to as many of your friends, family members. We want to keep everybody informed as well as, of course, entertained. And I guess I'll just finish with Greg. Who you voting for? No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Greg, for dropping by. Always a pleasure, man.